rock and roll, whenever you're ready.
Okay. The talk tonight is an introduction to crystals and the history of crystals. When I put together the presentation, I learned a lot. I was surprised at how far back the history of crystals went, which I'll show you.
It's over on your right. There you go.
Okay, what is a crystal? A crystal is a solid material with atoms arranged in regular patterns. Many substances will crystallize or grow in specific geometric forms with smooth, plane surfaces. Crystals actually comes from the Greek word cryos, which means icy, because in ancient times, rock crystal was thought to be frozen so hard that it would never melt. And crystals are grouped into names based on various properties. A high-level grouping can be done based on the type of bonds used to form the crystalline lattice structure. The names of these groupings are covalent, ionic, metallic, and molecular. Now, covalent crystals are hard and frequently brittle materials such as diamond, silicon, and silicon carbide. You can see the crystal structure over there next to the diamond. Ionic crystals are a crystal form of an ionic compound. So they're solids that are consisting of ions that are bound together by their electrostatic attraction into a regular lattice. And examples of ionic crystals are alkali halides, which would be potassium fluoride, potassium chloride, which is salt crystals, and other potassium, like potassium bromide, those kind of things. All the alkali halides. You can see over there the salt crystals and the dense matrix that they have for ionic, being an ionic compound. Now, metallic crystals consist of metal cations that are surrounded by a sea of mobile valence electrons. Now, these electrons are also referred to as delocalized electrons, so they don't belong to any one atom, but they're capable of moving through the entire crystal. So as a result, metals are good conductors of electricity. And examples of those crystals would include copper, aluminum, zinc, and iron. You can see some of those over here. And the molecular is the last type. The molecular solid is a solid consisting of discrete molecules or atoms. They call them discrete molecules, I don't know why, they're just atoms. Molecular solids are poor electrical conductors, and examples of those, they have a low melting and boiling temperature, and they include argon, water, naphthalene, nicotine, sulfur, and caffeine. So now we know what a crystal is. Let's look at some of the history. Now, the first historical references to use crystals come from the ancient Sumerians, which were the 4th millennium BC. This is a long time ago. And they included crystals in their magic formulas. Crystals were and are also used for healing in traditional Chinese medicine, which dates back at least 5,000 years. Now, the Sumerians would wear crystals as jewelry or place them in their homes or temples. Now, they placed crystals in graves to protect the deceased from evil spirits, and they also believed that certain crystals could predict the future or help them gain insight into spiritual matters. So you see a picture of just middle-class ancient Sumerians sitting around.
I just want to show you something. If you click on there's a big thing.
Okay. I'll let you use the mouse. How do I make it?
Hit the space bar.
Where do you click in? The right?
The right one makes it go down, and left one makes it go.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yay! Uh-huh.
They call the arrow a cursor.
There we go. The Chinese used crystals for healing the prana, which was the chakra, and balancing one's life force. They used needles made from gemstones for acupuncture. That one sounds fun, doesn't it? Yeah. Green jade was the symbol of power, and it was incredibly precious to them and was used to attract and protect one's wealth. So it's no wonder that many emperors were buried with those pieces. Now, Bian, B-I-A-N stones, are pointed stones that were historically used in Chinese medicine and were considered a precursor to acupuncture. So they used those, they utilized them by heating the pointed stones rather than the acupuncture needles in treatment of the neck and back pain. And there's an example of some of those Bian stones. I don't think I'd want anybody pushing one of those little pointy rocks on my back or neck. I wouldn't hurt.
Pretty good, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it feels really good.
Does it?
Yeah.
You probably just have to have somebody that knows what they're doing. Yes. Okay, the ancient Egyptians used lapis lazuli, turquoise, carnelian, emerald, and clear quartz in their jewelry. They also used some stones for protection and health, and some crystals for cosmetic purposes. Like galena and or malachite, they were ground up and used. The powder was used as eyeshadow. So the green stones in general were used to signify the heart of the deceased, and were included in burials. And it was also found in a later period in ancient Mexico that did the same thing. And you can see here King Tut's breastplate and all the different stones that have been set into that.
Living desert grass.
Yep, that's the scarab.
Scarab's made out of.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
And the ancient Greeks identified quartz with the word crystal. Crystallos, or phonetically, it basically equals cold plus drop, and they thought it was very cold icicles of extraordinary hardness. Now, Theophrastus, he wrote one of the first treatises on stones, which was used as a source for other lapidaries until at least the Renaissance, which would be the 1500s, and classified rocks and gems based on their behavior when heated, and grouping minerals by common properties such as amber and magnetite, which both have the power of attraction. Now the Romans had windows and greenhouses for the richer inhabitants of the empire that were covered with crystals of lapis specularis, which was the Latin name basically for gypsum. And they were mined during the 1st century AD in Spain, and then brought to the houses in Rome and around the countryside in Italy. And you can see how clear some of those were there. That was their windows. Now they were also mentioned in the Bible, and they had 12 sacred gemstones of revelation, which were jasper, sapphire, chalcedony, emerald, sardonyx, sardius, chrysolite, beryl, topaz, chrysoprase, and jacinth, which was hyacinth, which is a yellow, red, or red-brown variety of zircon, which is also a gemstone, and amethyst. Many also believe that there was a clear association between the 12 apostles and the 12 gems from the walls of Jerusalem. They're mentioned in in connection with the breastplate of the high priest of Israel. You can see a picture of him wearing it there, and then to the right, the breastplate with the stones inset. And that also, the breastplate was thought to represent the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, the power of crystals. So when you place or hold a crystal over the body, it interacts with the body's chakras and promotes physical and mental wellness. The 7 major chakras of the human body are root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, brow, and crown. So used in a certain way, it can also improve your concentration and creativity. Some people claim the crystals promote the flow of good energy and help rid your mind and body of negative energy, promoting physical, emotional, and spiritual cleansing. Now when you wear them, they're supposed to work close with your energy points So wearing them on your body enables them to more effectively cultivate your crystalline needs. Crystals can act like sponges, soaking up residue from emotions, thoughts, or happening throughout the day. There's a couple of rose quartz pieces there. And crystals actually do produce energy. Some studies show that crystals have the power to create an electrical charge. Whether you believe in the power of crystals or not, science backs the remarkable ability of crystals to transform, absorb, amplify, and transmit energy. While it's unclear how much this affects your energy field, it is also clear that many people believe that they benefit from using crystals. Quartz crystals contain an energy that can be exploited via the piezoelectric effect. However, this does not imply that humans should be able to pick up on it. Crystals can also help clear away energetic debris and negative energy, and also balance your subtle energies. Tiger iron, hematite, ruby, and carnelian are great energizing stones to wear. Now, at the bottom here, the piezoelectric effect is basically explained as using crystals to convert mechanical energy into electricity and vice versa. Excuse me, it's an electric charge that accumulates in certain solid materials like crystals, certain ceramics, biological matter such as bone, DNA, and various proteins, and in response to applied mechanical stress. Crystals also have the ability to vibrate. The vibrational motion of an atom in a crystal propagates to neighboring atoms, which leads to wave-like propagation of the vibrations throughout the crystal. The way in which these natural vibrations travel through the crystalline structure determine fundamental properties of the crystal, which helps in identifying what kind of crystal it is. The frequency of a crystal is available with a range of standard resonant frequencies from about 10 kilohertz to 100 megahertz. So that's kind of interesting. And the hertz symbol is a unit of frequency in the International System of Units and is equivalent to 1 event or cycle per second. Crystal properties. Many crystals are thought to promote well-being, both physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Some of the more common crystals and their properties are mentioned on the following pages. Quartz crystals. Press reboot on your life with clear quartz, a multi-purpose essential for any crystal collection. This is known as the master crystal. Clear quartz is all about dimming the inner noise and clarifying your goals. The popular geode supposedly has all-purpose healing properties. Place your new crystal quartz by the window to soak up solar energy, which will in turn transfer to you and possibly shine away the bad. Well, that would be nice. Amethyst. This is one of the most popular crystals for a reason. It's gorgeous and versatile, and the purple-hued crystal's powers purportedly range from quelling anxiety to securing a good night's sleep. I'm going to try this one. Since amethyst targets the crown chakra, which is located at the very top of your head and aligned with the mind, the crystal works to bring a sense of physical and emotional tranquility. Its specific healing properties include easing headaches and migraines, helping with pain relief, and strengthening intuition. Many people believe that placing amethyst by your bed will calm your mind and bring pleasant dreams your way.
How much do you want for that big amethyst thing you have on?
Okay, our next one is rose quartz. This pinkish crystal is wonderful to use when manifesting love and new relationships. Or if you are already stuck on an emotional roller coaster, the rose quartz encourages reconciliation and empathy. It's also said to bring about a sense of inner peace, no matter what your relationship status is.
I need some inner peace. And it's essential for us.
Now, black tourmaline is interesting. This absorbent crystal is said to be able to soak up all the negative vibes that come your way, ridding toxicity. associated with the root chakra. Proponents of black tourmaline say it can ground you when life feels overwhelming. Well, that's useful as well.
She makes a positive words out of that.
And then there's
My husband
selenite.
did one the other day.
If you're feeling perpetually exhausted, then maybe it's time for an oral cleansing, in addition to another cup of coffee or maybe some serious self-care. But selenite's the best crystal for rejuvenating the auric field around us. This crystal supposedly clears out all the day's accrued bad vibes and envelops you in a more peaceful flow of energy. Use selenite like a wand around your body to help draw out all the energetic obstacles that stand in the way of attaining inner serenity. It also, you have to be careful though, because selenite does dissolve in water, so you want to make sure you keep it in a dry place. Citrine is a bright yellow variety of quartz, and it's said to help those who are feeling stuck. For an instant jolt of confidence, it is suggested to place citrine on your belly or solar plexus chakra while resting. The crystal will supposedly loosen up the knotted energy within and restore good vibes. Citrine is also known as the merchant's stone and is associated with abundance and prosperity. Jade. We could all use some more luck in our lives, which makes jade so popular. It's a portable lucky charm. Jade is said to bring abundance and prosperity into the material realm and in the social sphere. So wearing jade on your left hand or wrist is said to help bring in blessings from the universe. Alternately, jade rings are quite elegant as well. I like that one. That one's a pretty setting. Rhodochrysate is a stone that's made for breakup recovery. Use rhodochrysate, which stimulates the heart chakra, while meditating to build up self-love and confidence. It instills a positive outlook, and the pink crystal may just set you up for the next romantic adventure.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't want any of those.
There we go.
Lapis lazuli is undoubtedly the best crystal to keep you at your work desk or your work from home corner. The blue crystal encourages a free flow of ideas among colleagues. It also encourages clarity and directness, which is especially helpful during Mercury retrograde, an astrological transit that happens 3 times a year and is notorious for causing communication meltdowns. I do have to say, now I wore lapis for about 30 years because the ancient Egyptians thought it brought you wisdom. It didn't help me. I was very hopeful. Chrysocolla is an all-in-one crystal because it aids all the chakras, and in doing so helps the body tune into psychic abilities. Who knows, you might be seeing a flash of the future while meditating or just sitting around. Place chrysocolla on any of your chakras or energy points to reactivate them and help them perform to the best of their ability. Topaz is a powerful manifestation stone. We should use it when we're planning life goals and upcoming projects. Now, this stone helps us recognize our own abilities and put them to best use. It encourages drive, confidence, and overcoming barriers to our success. Now, I've got an example of blue topaz, raw and cut, and then the yellow topaz, raw and cut. Those are pretty to me. This was interesting. This is the jacinth stone. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's yellow red, orange red, or red brown, and it's a variety of zircon, and has been prized since ancient times. Possesses a range of spiritual powers from aiding communication with the dead to promoting psychic abilities. In addition to its mystical properties, it's believed to bring good luck and fortune. I don't know if I'd mess with that one. I don't want to talk to anybody dead.
What's it called? What's it called?
Jacinth or hyacinth. I had not heard of that one.
Is that cubic zirconium that they use for diamonds? It's just color.
Okay, yeah, I was not aware. It's pretty though. Now sapphire is known as the wisdom stone, each color carrying its own special wisdom. Sapphire calms the mind and helps you focus. It also deals with unwanted thoughts and is a good choice for anybody seeking to deal with overthinking or overanalyzing. It eases mental tension, brings peace and tranquility, restores balance and harmony to the layers of the biofield or aura, and aligns the spiritual plane with the physical. It also releases negative thought patterns and depression. It stimulates concentration, brings prosperity, and attracts gifts of all kinds. It can occur in all different hues and has its own unique vibration and qualities, as well as sharing the generic attributes of the group. Now down in the middle you can see some of the different colors of sapphires. They come in all the colors of the rainbow.
You can get them in stars too.
Yes.
Oh really? Oh, that's right, the star sapphires and the star rubies, uh-huh. An emerald is the stone of love and friendship and keeps partnerships in balance. This precious gem opens you up to your latent clairvoyant abilities and promotes the gathering of wisdom from the mental planes. Emeralds are also associated with hope for a better tomorrow, as they are associated primarily with renewal and regeneration. Emerald has long been associated with the vibrancy and lushness of nature, which is why it is called the gemstone of youth. Nothing represents youthfulness better than Mother Nature herself, who can regenerate in so many ways regardless of what happens to her. There you have raw crystals and nice faceted emerald, and then beautiful ones in a necklace. And that's it.